Hey everyone, it's Chris Brown with Automotive Fleet. Welcome back. This is my second fast forward video. What am I thinking about this morning? I'm thinking about emissions regulations. Fun, you say. Wait, stay with me. I've got a point. Thinking about the new Trump administration, there's a willingness to dismantle anything with green in the title. That's emissions regulations on the state and federal level. Overall, yes, I'm concerned, but I see that there may just be opportunity. Please hear me out. I'll just back up and give you my tree hugger bona fides. I'm a member of the Sierra Club. I do believe global warming is real. The transportation sector is the largest contributor of greenhouse gas emissions in the US. We need to address this now. We need to do it for our children. But we've built ourselves an acronym of regulations on top of regulations at the federal and state level. That's with the EPA, the California Air Resources Board, with NHTSA. There's different timelines, there's different states involved, there's slightly different goals that compete with each other. It's a messy state for fleets, it's a messy state for the industry and for automakers, and the market is in a constant state of whiplash. This all could be torn down. There's federal fights coming. There's fights between CARB and the administration. Will it end up in the Supreme Court? I think probably it will. What will happen? I'm not sure. But essentially, I'm thinking about what a future might look like a year from now that is radically different. Is this an opportunity for a clean slate? I don't really know. But I have some ideas on what that clean slate could look like if we coalesce on the federal level. I've got a manifesto for carbon reduction. Okay, I've got 10 ideas. Hear me out. I'm going to read them to you now. 1, let's continue incentivizing consumer and commercial buyers of electric passenger cars and trucks. Let's do it on the federal level. Number 2, let's revise phase-in targets for zero-emission vehicles. Let's not target 100% by 2035. Let's not target 100% of anything by any time frame. Number 3, let's acknowledge that current battery technology does not satisfy most trucking duty cycles. Number 4, let's incentivize renewables. I'm talking about renewable diesel, renewable natural gas. Next, let's not demonize compressed natural gas and propane trucks because they're not zero. They are working toward our goals. Let's keep incentivizing them. Next, let's do everything we can to support domestic battery and EV manufacturing. Following on that, let's incentivize the heck out of US companies that are engineering battery technology. We are falling behind the Chinese. We need to catch up, but we can do it. Number 8, let's investigate a sliding scale vehicle registration fee based on vehicle emissions. Number 9, let's explore a national system for tracking and reporting fleets' fuel usage and emissions data. That'll help us benchmark performance and set reduction targets. Where did I get this from? It's called the Smart Way program. It exists. Can we beef this up? Can we put enforcement teeth into it? Lastly, let's investigate a federal low-carb fuel standard, LCFS, similar to what the states are doing, California, Oregon, and Washington. It involves credits. It basically, the use of renewables and electrification for trucking fleets, it really incentivizes those things. 10 ideas, okay? I'm not advocating for those ideas to come to fruition, all of them, but, is it possible? I don't know. It's not going to be easy. But when I think about easy or hard, I hearken back to history and I hearken back to President Kennedy's moonshot moment. When he gave his famous moonshot speech, there were plenty of people at the time that didn't even think we'd ever get there. NASA hadn't even sent a man into orbit, and the technology required for the moon landing didn't even exist. Think about this too. In 1960, NASA's budget was $500 million. By 1966, it was $5.9 billion, about 4.4% of the total federal budget at its peak. Can you imagine the social media meltdown today? But we got it done. Kennedy's words still bring chills when I read them. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we are willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win. In today's political climate, this is not going to be easy. Carbon emissions reductions is possible. That's it. I'm out. I'll see you next time.